Hello, my friends. Welcome. So happy to see you today. I wanted to start today by inviting you all to feel where you're located right now. And how do you know where you are? Which may sound like a funny thing to say, but how do you know where you are? How do you know where you're located? And one of the purposes of love in action, what we call loops and scoops, is to have you have a friendly way of locating yourself here. Here in your current interaction, here with what's going on, here with yourself. And so one of the benefits of the loop of awareness that it was just occurring to me the other day is what scientists sometimes call situational awareness. And for me, it's like being aware of where I'm located and what is going on around me. And I find that the other aspect that goes with situational awareness is that I get feedback. So if I'm shifting my awareness, I actually get feedback. If I'm talking to somebody and I'm shifting my awareness back and forth, I actually get to know if they've received my communication, or something stopped them. So I can sense into where there's a disconnection. And if I shift my awareness, simply doing that reconnects me. It reconnects me with me, and it reconnects me with what's going on around me, including another person if I'm communicating. So I wanted to take a moment to celebrate those because it's something that we don't give awareness to, but it's so much at the heart of, are we actually receiving the nutrient of connection? And so I'd like you to just consider maybe a recent communication where things sort of went off track and you couldn't quite figure out why. What we do is we go up and we try to figure out what's going on here and why is this happening. And what I want to suggest to you that the move that's going to make the most difference for you is letting yourself come back to shifting your attention. And then that will reorient you and give you the weave of connection again. So let yourself just practice simply shifting your attention, however you do that right now. So when I say shift your attention, like where do you even go to shift your attention? So what I want to invite you to do is to give your awareness to what's going on in your body. Give your awareness to a body sensation. Give your awareness to your breathing. And you're just simply noticing. Now, the tendency, even when we're giving attention to ourselves, is to flee up and to start having stories about what's going on, or judgments or attention. And so when you notice that, I'd like you to simply shift your attention out to what's going on around you. It could be out to another person who's on the call and just giving your attention outward and then giving your attention back to you. I find that locating myself in my body with my breathing, my body sensations, is much more effective. So if I just say, bring my attention to me, most people will go to their heads. And then that can keep you in a kind of a disconnected, thinking you're connected kind of condition. So one of the habits that I have been practicing for a very long time now is locating myself in my body and just simply noticing body sensations. So the other thing that happens for me and did for a long time is when I would locate myself in my body sensations, I would almost immediately have a judgment about them, like, oh, you're phlegmy today, or oh, your back's hurting again, or oh, when are you going to get over that? Rather than, So one very simple thing I like to add to shifting my attention is the and that in itself is going to locate you. So I want to have you add that into shifting your awareness, is adding in a that you can hear and feel, because the is a delicious way to shift yourself into curiosity. And it works. Now, it may only work for a couple of seconds because we have such a head-centric habit. But every time you expand your presence in your actual felt body. So as you're shifting your attention, I'd like you to literally add in the so you can hear, what is my favored pitch today? Is it higher or lower? What feels most pleasant to me today? And I realize as I do that, that the little bit, I'm feeling slightly phlegmy this morning. And as I can feel that vibrating and opening. So let yourself notice what opens with the And you can use your as a kind of a metronome for practicing. We're practicing now. And of course, when you're out in your day-to-day life, you won't have probably that metronome. But as you're practicing, that can be incredibly helpful to establish the grounding yourself with the And I like to do it through a whole out breath so that when I'm humming, I'm going to take a little drink. When I'm humming, it gives me that sense of ease with my attention. Because very often our attention is based in adrenaline. I'm going, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong out here? What's wrong in here? And when we we get that expansion. So I'd love for you to just be practicing that. So you're setting up a kind of a blueprint, a template for yourself. And then the other thing that I would love to have you do, because I realize that our attention has gotten so narrowed through, particularly I think through our use of devices, that becomes visual and it becomes contracting of the rest of our bodies. And so I would like you to very deliberately, when you're looking out, I'd like you to notice where your attention lands. And then I'd like you to look at either what's going on behind that or around that. So you're sending your attention out, and then you're sending it out behind or around. And then when you back to you, I'd like you to notice where your attention lands. And then I'd like you to do the same thing of noticing what's behind or under or around. So you're literally expanding your attention with your practice. So we have I think a combo that might be fun and interesting for you throughout the week, which is as you shift, and if you're doing that out in public and you're not feeling comfortable to like in the bank, which I do. I will and do fear melters wherever I am in the world. It makes for some very interesting conversations. and people go, what are you doing? And so then I can share with them what I'm doing, or they'll get that look, and then I'll just do, a wiggle back at them like, oh my God, we have a crazy lady among our midst. And then I'm producing just a little bit more awareness. So the humming, landing, and then giving your attention to around or under or behind, and then humming out. So as I'm doing that, I noticed that right next to where my eyes went was a branch of something that has these incredible wild fuchsia colors on it, which I hadn't even noticed before. So for me, instead of going through my day as a vehicle, a doing vehicle, I'm going through the day as an appreciator. And I'm opening, while I'm doing, I can be aware. We actually can do those two things at once. So, and then noticing what's around and behind, and then hmm, back to you, and then noticing particularly what's under, behind, around. You could do that out in the world too. So I find that people basically don't notice what's around. And through this practice, I've found that what occurs, and I'd like to invite you to do this even while I'm talking to you, so that you can get a sense of I can listen, I can take in information, and I can shift my awareness. So you're getting a little bit more of the practice of doing this while you're going about your daily life. And I notice as I'm practicing this that one thing that's really shifted is my timing. My timing in all kinds of ways has really opened so that I'm moving with much more ease and flow. So, for example, I'll be at a stop sign and I just have the I should pause here for a little bit. And I actually had a car just run right through the stop sign and it would have been run right into me. And so that deep listening at a body level has allowed me to, one, stay safe, because you may have noticed that there's a lot of craziness going on right now, and expecting other people to be aware of you, I think, is a bit more than what a lot of the social pace is up to right now. So I'm taking responsibility for my own safety in a way that's actually very gentle, because if I'm looking and I'm looking at out and around and what's under and what's behind, I'm much more likely to get something that's coming through than I would be if I were just in my narrow little lane. And also, I find that my timing in conversing and connecting with people is so much juicier, because I'm attending to them, and then I'm noticing something. I just give my attention to something that's under that, and then the person, I can see that they're starting to have a feeling. And so then as I'm coming back over to me, I can give a to me, and then noticing, oh, there's something going on here that I can simply give my presence to. I don't have to intervene. I don't have to fix it. I had an experience of, I was just thinking about, I was at the grocery store the other day and I was doing this as I was checking out. And then I was inclined to say, anything surprising going on? And she said, yeah, I just got the screening back from this. She had a patch on her arm, and she said, and they found a melanoma, and I'm going in for surgery tomorrow. And so I was able to, give her my attention and my well wishes, which something I just would have skipped over, and done the transaction. So there's always time to connect. There's always time to connect with you, to connect to others. And I could tell that just my being with her for that moment made a difference. And there's actually research now that people do respond to your facial expression, to if you smile at them and actually connect, it makes a difference for people. So the practice that I think has just made the biggest difference for me is adding in, I think the also adds in a pace that really matches what's going on rather than an adrenaline pace. And so as I'm humming, it's not so much that I slow down, is that I get more spacious. And I actually, for me, I go wider, because I think a lot of what's going on right now is making us sort of narrow and kind of move into our core. So the and the shifting of your attention and the noticing what's around and behind really gives you that sense of, I can take the time to be here. I don't have to wait till I've accomplished something or I've lost 10 pounds or people approve of me. I can create presence right now. And so that I'd love for you to kind of make little notes about what we did today, because this is such a fundamental practice that as you participate with this over a period of time, I think will just create so much benefit for you that I'd love for you to make that investment in your own attention. So that was very fun. Thank you all. We're going to do loops, and we're going to do our Presence Connect play in just a moment. But Michelle, would you be sure to tell people about the meeting on Mighty Networks today, and also the dropping of our podcast? Got a new podcast.
Yes.
Coming out tomorrow. So we're going to give you some information about that. So Michelle will do that.
Again, I want to take a moment, Katie, to let everyone know that you have a very special birthday tomorrow. And I thought maybe everybody would like to unmute and wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, really. Thank you. Yeah, I'm tomorrow I'll be 3/4 of a century on this planet. And so part of the reason for launching the podcast tomorrow is I thought, well, this is a perfect time for me to give a birthday present to you. And so this podcast is our present to you all about the joy of connecting and playing. Our podcast is Be, Play, Love.
Isn't that fantastic?
Wonderful.
For the Presence Connect play, wonder, the presence is so we're right on schedule. And sure. Connect is listen appreciatively. And I find that the practice that we were just doing today opens up my listening with appreciation. So rather than listening for who's right and, did they hear me correctly or judgmentally, listening appreciatively allows me to experience other people as a work of art. And then play is the toss of tell me more. And even just that, if you're not adding in all of the other bells and whistles, tell me more is just so much of an opening for others and for you, instead of, well, what do you mean by that? Or then what happened? And why did he say that? And what did you do? Just tell me more, especially if you're humming and circulating your attention. Creates this wonderful open space. All right. Well, I'm going to take my leave now, and perhaps we'll see some of you at 1. Sophie and I are going to just share a little bit about what we're up to and why we created this podcast. So, and if I don't see you then, I plan to see you next time. So thank you so much.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katie.
Happy birthday
to you.
Oh, thank you so much. All right. Much love to you all.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Thank you, Katie.